The Washington Whipsaw is the name of the game today. It's Thursday, March the 6th, and you are listening to Markets with Megan. We invite you, if you like this podcast, to subscribe, hit that alarm bell, and you can always share this with friends, family, and colleague. We're seeing the markets quite volatile today, and this reminds me of what we discussed this morning on our Squawk Box segment on CNBC. The markets don't like this back and forth with the tariffs. Are the tariffs on or are the tariffs off? This uncertainty makes it extremely difficult for companies to forecast. It makes it difficult for companies to look at hiring. It also makes it difficult for companies to expand. At the same time, from an investor standpoint, it's going to make investors nervous. And we're seeing that where investors are taking some profits off of some of the big high-flying names and high-flying sectors like technology here in the U.S. We're seeing this kind of selling in that area as investors just want to park on the sideline and see how this all works itself out. We'll get more information tomorrow, I'm sure of it, on the tariff standpoint, and then we'll also get the employment report for the month. And this tends to be a market-moving event because it covers two extremely important topics and also two of the mandates from the Federal Reserve. Employment, so is the employment situation weakening more than expected? And second, inflation. This isn't a direct inflation report, but wage inflation is something that the Fed has talked about being very difficult to control. It's not something that they can control. It also tends to be sticky. And investors, what we've seen, consumers and investors continue to be concerned about inflation in the long run. They continue to think it's going to go higher. In that case, then they will likely demand higher wages, and then it results in wage pressures, and it just becomes a vicious inflation circus. So the Fed's going to be looking at that report, and we'll be monitoring it closely, and we'll be back to give you our thoughts on it and the market reactions tomorrow as well. If you'd like a further history of our podcast, you feel free to look at marketswithmegan.fm. Thank you.